Story time, story time, story time again. Story time, story time, story time again.
Good morning and welcome to Once Upon a Time, the San Bruno Public Library's cable story time. I'm Miss Susan, and today I'll be reading books about sweet treats. I can think of so many sweet treats that I like. You should think about some of yours. Maybe I'll be reading some books about some of your favorite treats today. Well, we better get started and find out. So let's begin with our welcome song, okay? All right, here we go. We're glad you're here today. We're glad you're here today. Hi-ho the merry-o, we're glad you're here today. We're glad you're here today. We're glad you're here today. Hi-ho the merry-o, we're glad you're here today. Thank you so much for joining me for story time today. Our first book is called More Pies by Robert Munsch. Oh my goodness, look at this giant pie. Wow. More Pies. Samuel woke up really hungry. He went downstairs and ate a bowl of cereal. Chugga, 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 chomp. And then he said, "Mom, can I please have some more?" "Yes," said his mom. "You are a growing boy and you need to eat." So Samuel's mother gave him another bowl of cereal, 2 milkshakes, and a stack of pancakes. Samuel ate it all really fast. Chugga, 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 jump. Then Samuel said, "I am still hungry. Could I please have some more?" "Yes," said his mom, "but I think this will be enough." So Samuel's mom got out a really big salad bowl, filled it full of cereal, and gave him 2 milkshakes, 3 stacks of pancakes, and a fried chicken. Samuel ate it all really fast. Chugga, 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 jump. Then Samuel said, "I am still really hungry. Can I please have 7 fried chickens?" "7 fried chickens," yelled his mom. "Enough is enough. Nothing more to eat until lunch. Go outside and play." Samuel went outside and rolled around in the grass yelling, "Starving! Starving! Help! I'm starving!" Samuel's little brother came running outside. He said, "Samuel, if you are so hungry, why don't you go to the pie eating contest? There's one at the fair at the park." So Samuel got on the bus and went to the park. Samuel walked right into the middle of the pie-eating contest and said, "Give me pies." A judge looked at Samuel and said, "You're just a little kid. Go home." A fireman, a lumberjack, and a construction worker were sitting at a long table. The construction worker said, "It won't hurt to let this little kid eat a pie." So Samuel climbed on a chair, and the judge gave everybody 1 blueberry pie. The judge yelled, 1, 2, 3, eat! And they all ate their pies really fast. Chugga, 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 jump! And when they were done, the lumberjack said, "Oh, my tummy hurts." And he turned purple and fell under the table. The judge said, "Samuel, that was excellent eating, but surely you're done. You're just a little kid." Samuel said, "I'm not starving anymore, but more pies still sounds like a good idea." So the judge gave everybody 2 peach pies, and he yelled, 1, 2, 3, eat! And they all ate their pies really fast. Chugga, 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 jump! And when they were done, the fireman said, "Oh, my tummy hurts." And he turned green and fell under the table. The judge said, "I don't believe this." He gave Samuel and the construction worker each 3 cherry pies. And he yelled, 1, 2, 3, eat! And they ate their pies really fast. Chugga, 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 jump! And when they were done, the construction workers said, "Oh, my tummy hurts." He turned blue and fell under the table. "Amazing," said the judge. "Samuel wins first prize. Samuel wins the prize pie." Samuel took his prize pie, got on the bus, and went back home. For lunch. And when he walked into the kitchen, his mom said, "Samuel, I know you are really hungry, so I made you pies for lunch." "Pies?" said Samuel. "Oh, my tummy hurts." And he turned green and fell under the table. But Samuel's little brother said, "Yum, pies!" and ate the pies really fast. Chugga, 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 jump! The end. That was More Pies by Robert Munsch. So maybe pies are one of your favorite treats. I don't know. They're really good, aren't they? Our next book is called Little Pea. I wonder what sweet treats are going to be in here. Little Pea by Amy Rosenthal. This is the story of Little Pea, Mama Pea, and Papa Pea. Little Pea was a happy little guy. He liked to do a lot of things. He liked rolling down hills, for example, super fast. And he liked hanging out with his pea pals. He liked it when Papa Pea came home at the end of the day. Papa Pea would fling Little Pea off of a spoon high into the air, and Little Pea would scream, "Again! Again!" At bedtime, Little Pea very much liked snuggling with Mama Pea and hearing stories about what Mama Pea was like when she was a little pea. But there was one thing that Little Pea did not like. Candy. That's what you have to eat for dinner every night when you're a pea. Candy, candy, candy. Monday, red candy. Tuesday, orange candy. Wednesday, yellow candy. Thursday, purple and pink polka dotted candy. Friday, striped candy. Saturday, swirly candy. Sunday, rainbow candy. Little Pea hated all of it. If you want to grow up to be a big, strong pea, you have to eat your candy, Papa Pea would say. And if you don't finish your candy, then you can't have dessert, Mama Pea would say. How many pieces do I have to eat? Eat 5 pieces and you can have dessert. 5 pieces, he whined. 5 pieces, they chimed. 1, yuck. 2, blech. 3, blech. 4, bleh. 5 pieces of candy. Now can I have dessert? Yes, now you can have dessert, said Mama Pea and Papa Pea. Little Pea couldn't wait to see what it was. Spinach! Squealed Little Pea, my favorite! He got spinach for dessert. Little Pea licked his dessert plate clean. Yum, yum, extra yum. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Oh my goodness. Little Pea got to eat candy every day, but he didn't like it. I bet you would like to eat candy every day. Our next book is called Otto Has a Birthday Party by Todd Parr. Today is Otto's birthday, and he is going to make his cake all by himself. Otto puts in a cup of flour, 2 shoes, 3 bones, some pepperoni, a cootie bug, and a hot dog. He spreads mud all over the top for frosting, and then he puts the cake in the oven. One by one, all of his friends show up to the party. A polka dot dog, a big dog, and a little dog. A wiener dog. And even cool Kitty the cat. They play all of their favorite games like pin the tail on the cat. Then Otto opens his present. The first present is underwear, but it is too small. Sorry, Otto. The second is a sweater, but it is too big. Sorry, Otto. The third is a brand new tennis ball that is just right. Yay, Otto! Soon it is time for cake. But when Otto opens the oven door, the cake explodes. It makes a big mess, and it's pretty stinky. Oh no, says Otto. Everyone is waiting for the cake. What am I going to do now? Don't worry, Otto, say his friends. Look out the window. Honk, honk. It's the ice cream truck with a special delivery. Oh, everybody says it is the best birthday party ever. Happy birthday, Otto. Have fun on your birthday, but don't put a cootie bug or a shoe in your cake. Love, Otto and Todd. The end. That is Otto Has a Birthday Party. Would you put a cootie bug or a shoe or bones in one of your birthday cakes? I hope not, because if you did, I would not want to come to have cake with you. Well, that is the end of our first half of our cable story time. I hope you'll join me for some more books about sweet treats right after this. Thanks for coming and enjoying stories with me. Bye-bye.
The women we love, the women who love us, they are dying. Heart disease is our #1 killer, taking more lives than all forms of cancer combined. But we have the power to save those lives, our lives, because the greatest force for women is women. It's time to stand together, to fight harder, to shout louder. It's time to go red for women.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. Back in 1981, my friend Senator Bob Graham and I co-founded the Save the Manatee Club because manatees were in trouble, and they're still in trouble. Now more than ever, it's important to build community partnerships with boaters, fishermen, and all of us who love our waterways to help secure a safe future for our aquatic friends. Keeping our manatees alive and thriving is a big job, and we need your help to make it happen. Join the effort to save the manatee. Thank you.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Why do you like San Bruno Cable?
I like that it's the same people at the counter. Oh, and they also know me by name.
I like that it's a local business and it keeps the money in our community.
I had a problem with my channels and I called and they came out that same day.
I didn't even have to sign a contract. The other guys wanted me for 2 whole years.
When I called to set up my cable service, they asked if they could come out the next day. I thought I'd have to wait a week for an appointment.
Thank you for choosing San Bruno Cable.
Hi, and welcome back to Once Upon a Time, the San Bruno Public Library's Cable Storytime. Today, I'm reading books about sweet treats, and our very next one is called Beverly Billingsley Takes the Cake. Wow, look at all those beautiful cakes on there, by Alexander Stadler. Beverly Billingsley said that she would bake the cake herself. All of the other children will be buying presents or making cards for Oliver, she thought. But the most important part of any party is the cake. That's the grand finale, and I know just which one I want to make, too. Beverly ran to her bookshelf and came back with a well-worn copy of Luella Milbank's Book of Incredible Desserts. In the middle of the chapter on cake was a picture that Beverly had been staring at for years. "It's called the Caramel Candy Castle Cake," she told Mrs. Billingsley. "I think that it is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen." "It looks a little complicated," said Mrs. Billingsley. "No, it's easy," said Beverly. "All you need are 4 ice cream cones, a package of wafer cookies, 2 round layers of butterscotch cake, frosting, and 3 bags of the candy of your choice. Then you just assemble it according to the directions." For Beverly, looking at the picture of the cake was like stepping into a magical world. "I just know that Oliver is going to love it," Beverly told her mother. "Let's bake it the day before the party," said Mrs. Billingsley. "A cake always tastes better when it's had time to rest." For a week, Beverly's mind was fixed on the Caramel Candy Castle Cake. She dreamt about it in bed, at the dinner table, and even in the tub. A few days before the party, Beverly and her father went to the grocery store to buy the ingredients. Beverly skipped through the market as she checked off the items on her list. It took her 45 minutes to pick the candy of her choice. "What have you been doing here all this time?" asked Mr. Billingsley. "Choosing the perfect candy," answered Beverly. Beverly woke up early on baking day to set everything they needed on the kitchen counter. Beverly and her mother preheated the oven and prepared the batter. Then the phone rang. "I'll be back in just a minute, Beverly," said Mrs. Billingsley. It was Aunt Bethesda calling from a tent in the Kalahari. Beverly couldn't wait. She poured the batter into the pan. When her mother returned, they put the cake into the oven and set the timer. It took an hour and a half for the cake to bake and cool. To Beverly, it felt like an eternity. When the cake was finally ready, Mrs. Billingsley flipped the pan over to release it. But it didn't budge. "It seems to be stuck," she said. Beverly's eyes grew wide with panic. When her mother was on the phone, she had skipped step number 7, grease the pan. "Honey, are you all right?" asked Mrs. Billingsley. "You don't look so good." "Oh, this cake is really stuck," she murmured. I think we're going to have to cut it in half to get it out." "I've ruined everything," cried Beverly, and she ran to her room and slammed the door. "My cake is wrecked, ruined, destroyed," shouted Beverly as she punched her pillow. "Now I'll have nothing to give to Oliver." And then she collapsed on the floor. A few minutes later, there was a knock at her door. "Beverly," said Mrs. Billingsley, "why don't you come and take another look at the cake, and then we'll see what we can do." "Remember when you spilled the paint on your book report, and then you turned the stain into a flower?" asked Mrs. Billingsley. "Yes," answered Beverly. "Well, I want you to think about that, and tell me if this looks like anything that you've seen before." See, her mom had cut the cake in half. Beverly took a deep breath and opened her eyes. "Doesn't look like a castle, that's for sure," said Beverly. "Look again," said Mrs. Billingsley. "It must look like something." Beverly's eyes lit up and she smiled. Beverly picked up the frosting and the candy. In less than an hour, she was looking at the most beautiful butterfly cake she had ever seen. "Oh, she needs antennae," Beverly said, and she ran and got some pipe cleaners from her craft corner. Did you see how beautiful she made it? Oliver was fascinated by the cake. "I think that it is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen," he said. Carlton Schlomsky couldn't stop looking at it. "Do you think you could make an evil dragon cake for my birthday in November?" he asked. As Beverly was walking home, she wondered whether, along with becoming a paleontologist and a famous actor, she might want to be a pastry chef as well. The end. Beverly Billingsley takes the cake. Wow, she used her imagination to figure out another way to decorate that cake, didn't she? So it wasn't ruined after all. That was pretty smart of her, and of her mother to give her that idea. Well, our next sweet treat book is called Gladys Goes Out to Lunch by Derick Anderson. Gladys loved bananas. She ate bananas for breakfast, bananas for lunch, and more bananas for dinner. But one day, the most delicious smell came drifting through the zoo. It smelled even better than bananas. So Gladys went out for lunch. She couldn't wait to taste what was making that deliciously sweet scent. She followed it all the way to a pizzeria. I wonder if that's what it was. There were pizzas with pepperoni, pesto, and even pineapple. Gladys tried them all, but pizza wasn't what she smelled. When she found the sweet scent again, Gladys snooted, wiggled her toes, and followed it down the street to a fancy French cafe. This had to be where the smell was coming from. There were frog legs, fried snails, and a frozen moose. Gladys tried them all. But fancy French food wasn't what she smelled either. Gladys was glad because there wasn't enough on the table to feed a bird. When she found the sweet scent again, Gladys snorted, kicked up her heels, and followed it around the corner to... I wonder where. An ice cream stand! Wow! Gladys hoped the smell was coming from here. There were 15 flavors of ice cream in 15 different colors. Gladys tried them all. But ice cream wasn't what she smelled. Gladys was tired, and her tummy was nearly full. Until she smelled that deliciously sweet scent one more time. Gladys knew she was close. She smiled, licked her lips, and followed it around the block to the back entrance of the zoo. She smiled all the way to a little food cart and found just what she was looking for. Banana bread. Gladys ate the whole loaf all by herself. It was the warmest, sweetest lunch that she'd ever tasted. But there was something missing. Her favorite dessert. What do you think it was? Bananas. Her favorite dessert. Well, that was Gladys Goes Out to Lunch. And do you know there's something special about this book and about Beverly Billingsley Takes the Cake? At the end of each book, there are recipes. In this one, there's the recipe for banana bread. And in Beverly Billingsley Takes the Cake, guess what? There is a recipe for Beverly Billingsley's Busy Day Cake. So you could check these books out of the library and take them home and learn how to make a cake and learn how to make banana bread at home. So I hope you come down to the library to check these books out, and maybe you'll make some of these sweet treats at home. Remember when you come by to come say hello to me and maybe join me for a story time at the library. Check with your mom or dad to find out when you can come in to enjoy story time with one of us at the library. I hope to see you soon there. And it's time to say goodbye and sing our goodbye song. Are you ready? Well, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Well, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Well, it's time to say goodbye, make us smile and wave goodbye. Well, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Bye-bye, nice to see you.